The Senate has voted to reinstate net neutrality rules. Democrats forced the vote on the legislation. They're challenging the FCC's decision to roll back Obama-era regulations that require internet providers to give equal treatment for all web traffic. For more, I want to bring in CNET News executive editor Roger Cheng. Roger, what does this decision mean going forward? We know that it's not expected while it passed the Senate. It's highly likely it's going to pass the House. So is this really going to make a difference?
Well, not really. This is definitely more of a political stunt. As you said, the House of Representatives isn't likely to vote in the same way. In fact, they don't have enough votes to actually support this. And so this is definitely more about getting these senators on the record and basically taking a position on net neutrality, which has generally been very popular with consumers.
So do you think this will ultimately derail the FCC's goal to completely repeal net neutrality rules?
The FCC has set the June 11th date as the end of Obama-era net neutrality rules, and that doesn't seem to be changing with this vote. Again, this would have to be approved by the House and then President Trump, and it's unlikely that either of those parties are going to fall in line with what the Senate did today.
I'm just reading a tweet coming down from FCC Chairman Ajit Pai, who says the FCC's June meeting will be a summer blockbuster. We'll be considering everything from 5G spectrum to new satellite broadband options to ways to encourage the transition from fading copper lines to next-gen fiber. What do you think the guidelines that he's putting out for this June meeting, and how will it impact the way people consume and use the internet?
I mean, you read it right there with his tease for what this meeting is going to be like. There's a little talk about net neutrality in the open internet, a lot of talk about 5G, investing in future networks. So he's at this point trying to put this issue behind him and move forward with some of the more exciting topics in the mobile world. But obviously, there are a lot of people, the senators included, who feel that net neutrality should still be an issue that's front and center.
So ultimately, Roger, how is this going to impact folks with their internet in the coming months?
You know, in the short term, the changes to the net neutrality laws aren't going to have any real impact for consumers. I think it's going to be further down the line when you start to see internet service providers introduce new business models. The worst case scenario, obviously, what people fear is that certain services, maybe not Netflix, but the next Netflix, may not get the quality of video streaming service that you'd expect from a big player, really shutting them out and sort of forcing you to rely on the big providers like a YouTube, like Netflix, who can afford to pay for these internet fast lanes.
Roger Cheng, thanks for joining us, Roger.
Thanks for having me.